So hello, winners. Hello. If you're a winner, let me hear you say hello. Hello, winners. On my way here, I met this young lady in the airport. And her name is Claudine. Claudine and I began to speak about life. You know, the good and the bad, the ups and downs. And as we were talking, Claudine looked at me and she said, I don't know why I'm telling you this. My family don't know. My friends don't know. And my coworkers don't know. She said, I'm a recovering alcoholic. She said, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. She said, Darryl, I'm at the end of my road. Claudine said, I want a better life. I deserve a better life. But I just feel so alone. I feel like no one sees me. You know, there are three things that is the hardest things for people to say. The first one is, I love you. I love you, Shirley. I love you. I love you. Number two, I'm sorry. Perdón. Lo siento. Number three, most important and the hardest, I need help. I need help. Necesito ahora. I need help. I said to Claudine, I grabbed her hands, and I said, Claudine, you are not alone. You are not alone. There's a lot of us walking around overweight. And I don't mean overweight physically. I mean overweight emotionally. We are carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, and no one should have to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. I grabbed Claudine's hands and I said, you are not alone. I said, Claudine, close your eyes, while we were standing in the middle of the airport. And I need everybody to close their eyes with me and support Claudine. Close your eyes and say it with me. I said to Claudine, I want you to say, I could do anything I put my mind to. And I want you to say it with me. I can do anything I put my mind to. Repeat it. I can do anything I put my mind to. Say it like you mean it. I can do anything I put my mind to. Louder. I can do anything I put my mind to. We opened up our eyes. And to my surprise, we were surrounded by airport security. Note to self, never do that again in the airport. So after the security dispersed, we sat down and we continued to talk at our gate. And I'm telling you this, and what I said to Claudine, it's a beautiful name, Claudine. It reminds me of this movie, one of my favorite movies from years ago, Claudine, with Diane Carroll and James Earl Jones. So I'm saying to Claudine, some of you may know this about me, some of you may not. I was also in recovery. Yeah, that's right. I was also in recovery. See, I was recovering from being a yes man. See, I had the yes on my chest. You want to borrow some money? Yes. Don't worry about it. I got you. You want to borrow my car? Yes. Don't worry about it. I got you. You need a ride someplace? Yes. Don't worry about it. I got you. I was saying yes to everyone else and no to myself. Until one morning, I woke up and I looked in the mirror. I looked in the mirror and the left side of my face was twisted, was paralyzed. I thought I was dying. I thought I was having a stroke. I know you hear me, but are you listening? I thought I was dying. I thought I was having a stroke. Come to find out, it's Bell palsy, and I still have it. I now realize I was invited by Mr. Jr., man of God, to go visit a church, his church this morning. And I went to the church, and I believe that I came down here to speak in Texas. But when I sat in that church this morning, I realized I was sent here to listen. And when I was listening, I heard his pastor, Pastor Johnson, say, conflict. When I looked in that mirror and my face was twisted, it was conflict. I was conflicted with stress and worry. Stress and worry. When I looked in that mirror, my mind, my body, and my soul was telling me enough is enough. It's time to get yourself together. It's time for you to start investing in yourself. See, Warren Buffett says the best investment you can make is investing in yourself. My mind, my body, and my spirit said to me, it's time to get your shift together. See, the universe is shifting from the recovery side to the discovery side. You have to decide what side of the shift are you going to be on. It's time to get your shift together. Say to the person next to you, it's time to get your shift together. It's time to get your shift together. Yeah, I like that. Talk that talk, D. Yeah, I'm going to talk that talk. It's time to get your shift together. You know, I think about this moment. I think about when I was a child in elementary. We did a play when I was in 5th grade, PS 61, Bronx, New York, Crotona Park East. Right? We did a play on Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony was an activist, women's rights. She fought for women's rights to vote. I had the honor and the privilege to be her lawyer, Clarence Darryl. When I think of that, I think of this moment right now, that it prepared me to be here today. It made me think of the powerful women that have crossed my path. I think of when I was on my journey, starting my clothing company. I think of Jacqueline Diaz, Jenny Vasquez. When I was on my journey, they showed up. These powerful women, they showed up. I always hear the saying that says behind every great woman, behind every great man is a great woman. That's a lie. That's a lie. Stop repeating that. Next to every great man is a great woman. Most of the time, she's in front of him. She's pulling him to his potential. Come on now. I know you hear me, but are you listening? Are you listening? Yes, sir. I could think of these great women, Mercedes Gonzalez, this fashion icon that told me, you better dream big, Darryl. You better dream big. These powerful women that crossed my path. I think of my grandmother, my grandfather. I think of my grandmother, my grandmother, Sarah Adele Bumpass. I think of Louise Martin. These powerful, amazing women. I think of how my father taught me how to be a man, but my sister and my mother showed me what a powerful woman looks like. I think of Oprah Winfrey. You get out of life what you have the courage to ask for. That's what she said. You get out of life what you have the courage to ask for. I think of Thelma Hughes and Susan DePass. I think of Shirley, how she's took 32 men, 32 young boys that didn't know how to tie a tie. And it wasn't about the tie. In order for you to tie a tie, you got to pick your head up. You got to pick your head up. She was teaching them how to pick their head up. There's something about when you put a tie on, you pick your head up and your chest is out. She wasn't teaching them how to tie a tie. She was teaching them how to pick their head up. Talk that talk, D. Yeah, I'm going to talk that talk. These amazing women. I think of Miss Diane, how she went blind. The best part of that, her vision became much clearer. She went blind, but her vision became much clearer. She began writing books. Now she's about to start a clothing company. She went blind physically, but mentally, her vision became much clearer. I know you hear me, but are you listening? I think of Calandra. I think of how she stood up here and spoke with passion, spoke with purpose. And she showed everyone I was created to do this. These powerful women that crossed my path. So I'm here to say, where would I be if I didn't know you? who would I be if I didn't know you? What would I be if I didn't know you? Hello, Queen. Hello, Queen. Hello, Queen. Hello, Queen. This is what I said to Queen Claudine. You just told me that you made a promise to that little girl that you will not let anyone interfere with your blueprint. You just told me that, Claudine. Remember? You just told me that you will not let anyone interfere with your peace of mind. You will not let anyone interfere with your happiness. You said that. You just told me that, Claudine. Remember? That's what you said, Queen. That's what you said, Queen. You just told me that. You said you promised that little girl that you was going to get a passport and you was going to travel around the world. Sky's the limit. Les Brown says, shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. That's what you told me, Queen. That's what you told me, Queen. You said you will not let anyone steal your joy. That's what you said. You said you promised that to yourself when you was a little girl. That's what you said, Queen. You remember? So to all the women in here, I ask you to say to yourself, I am a queen. Can I hear you say that?
I am a queen.
I am a queen.
I am a queen.
So I said to Miss Claudine, can I ask you a question? Puedo hacerle una pregunta. Can I ask you a question? Were you lying? I thank you and I appreciate you. Thank you. I'll take questions if there are questions.
I'm going to borrow that. You have to lift your head in order to put on the tie.
It's yours.
I never thought of
It's yours. It's yours. It's yours, Miss Shirley. It's yours. I just added to it. It's yours. I just reminded you of it. That's all. But it's yours. You created it. So I'll be honored if you do use it. It's yours, because walking into that room and everyone is thinking that they're going to put on the ties, but look at how they left their heads up when they was leaving. Yeah. They walked in with their heads down. Yeah. They didn't want to do it. But by the time they got finished, they was walking out with their heads up and their chest out. Right? So it wasn't about the tie. It was about lifting up their spirits. And that's what you did, and I commend you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was kind of in the back. Could you introduce yourself a little?
My name is Darryl Bumpass. I'm a self-investment speaker, certified life coach, and a best-selling author. People ask, what do you do for a living? Simple. I help people get out of their own way. I could tell you so many other different things, but I can tell you I have the honor and the privilege of being able to help people get out of their own way.
Are you here in Dallas or are you in New York? Where are you?
No, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. I grew up, I don't know if people always say we have an accent, but I don't think we do, but I grew up in New York. So as of a year. Say it again?
It sounds like you ain't left New York yet.
I didn't leave New York yet? Well, it's the Bronx in me. So I can't apologize for that. As Oprah Winfrey says, when people show you who they are, believe them. So I can tell you I live in Atlanta, but you know I'm from New York. So, yeah, but I grew up in New York, and now I'm in Atlanta. Most people always ask the question, the follow-up question is, why did you leave to Atlanta? Simple answer is to add to my peace of mind.
All right.
To add to my peace of mind and my happiness. That's all. Simple things in life. Welcome to the ATL. I'm here. Well, I'm there. You're not getting rid of me. Next place, I'm sorry, Calandra. Next place is hopefully an island where I can just wear boat shoes for all day long. That's all. And golf.
How did you, I guess, develop your craft for speaking the way that you do? Like how you capture the room, how you do the storytelling. Like you really do a great job as a speaker.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you for that. Great question. Information. What I tell my clients is education is cool, but information is cooler. Experience. And looking at people that you may admire. Years ago, I wrote down in my journal and in my book that there were 3 people that I always would want to thank if I ever came across them. And one is my father. And if anyone was here yesterday, you know that he passed. So, which was my hero and my best friend. He passed from cancer. But I was able to say thank you to him. The second one is President Obama, because I think what he's done as a human being. Forget about the race, but as a human being. Thank you. The third one is Les Brown, Mr. Les Brown. And just several months ago, I had the opportunity, was able to share the stage, be on stage with him. It's funny because I actually met Ona first, and me and Ona was on tour together. And I was able to meet Ona first. And that tells you when things are going on in your life, you must be close. You must be close, because my intent, which I wrote down on my paper, your intent. And I want you to do that if you can. There are things in your life that you want. Some people call it a vision board, but you can write down a petition or an intention on a piece of paper. White piece of paper, brown piece of paper. Fold it to you. Don't fold it away from you. Fold it away from you, it's going out. If you fold it to you, it's coming to you. So I wrote this down years ago that I wanted to meet Les Brown. Never said I wanted to share a stage with him. I said I wanted to meet him. But I didn't meet him. I met Ona, the dream queen, Ona Brown, my sister. And before I realized it, next thing you know, I'm talking to owners. Oh, we're going to be in Florida. Come on out to Florida. Fast forward, I'm on stage with Mr. Brown. So I was able to tell him, thank you. I appreciate you for being the image that you are, the person that you are, for being able to help people. So just watching and being an observer and admiring these people. I can watch Mr. Brown, for hours. Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, a lot of these different people. Some people that I may have met when I was going through doing, and this to answer your question too, when I was doing Toastmasters. It's like a Toastmasters to me is like a comedian. When a comedian goes and practice his jokes, right? You go to Toastmasters, you hone your craft to help you become a better speaker. You may not want to be a public speaker, but maybe in your job, you may have to speak at times. So it helps you become a great speaker. Not a great speaker, but it helps you get the fears out of your way. And speaking of fear, like I always tell people, see, I used to hang out with fear. I used to hang out with Mr. and Mrs. Distraction. We had a big crew, right? But we got into a little scuffle because we were seeing the same girl. And her name was Misery. And we all know misery loves company. So I don't hang out with them no more. Now I hang out with a peace of mind.
All right.
Now I hang out with happiness. Now, when they see me walking down the street, they cross the street. You better get out the way. You better get out the way. So yeah, with the speaking, you're able to get these fears out of your system or so, But I hope I answered your question. Okay. Any more questions?
How do we get in touch with you? You got a website?
I have a website. I'm on social media, all across the board, social media platforms. I'll give you my card. I have my books here if anyone would like to purchase the books. But I'll give you my card. And you can Google me. If you lose a card, if you can't find it, you can Google me, go to my website. But I'm easy to reach. I'm easy to reach. Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I'm easy to reach, but I was just talking to Junior and Victoria. I'm very careful of my access. See, after going through my face becoming paralyzed, I'm very careful what I allow into the energy that I allow into my circle. So I have a rule now, 10 to 10. I don't answer the phone. I don't answer emails or anything before 10 a.m. And I don't communicate with the outside world after 10 p.m. That's my rule. I don't know how everyone else live. That's okay. Some people wake up in the morning, the first thing they look at is their phone. You're opening yourself up to negative energy already before you even get out of the bed. People have headaches and stress in their back and pain in their back. And they don't understand why. Yeah, because you just picked up the phone already. You're already stressed before you got out of bed. You didn't even put your feet on the ground yet. You're not even thankful for even waking up because somebody didn't wake up this morning. Someone didn't wake up this morning. Some of us complain about Monday blues. And I thought about what the pastor was saying this morning, that he said you could be in the mortuary or the sanctuary. So I was saying to myself that you can be, when people complain about Monday, you could be in the mortuary or you could be celebrating that you woke up Monday. So which M do you want? The Monday or the mortuary? So yeah, I limit my access. And I have a rule, and everyone knows this. I was just talking to Miss Victoria about this, that I have a 3-day rule coming to my home. Again, this is me making sure that I continue to have this peace of mind in my life. So if you're visiting my home, you have a 3-day limit. Not a week, not 2 weeks, 3-day limit. 4 is pushing it. 3 days, that's it. Usually because, one, anything after 3 days, they start breaking stuff in your home. Right? They got too comfortable. The second thing is because I like my solitude. I'm so in love with my peace of mind because I know where I could have been and where I am now. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to allow anyone to interfere with that peace of mind because I know seeing where I could have been. And now I appreciate my time. I appreciate the days that I'm here. After watching my father take his last breath, I'm more appreciative now and knowing and aware of not letting anyone interfere with that happiness. I don't need Mr. and Mrs. Distraction in my life. Mr. and Mrs. Distraction comes in the forms of family, friends, co-workers, strangers, TV, all sorts of things. So I try to stay diligent in keeping that peace of mind. Some people may not get it because they always want to have access to you. And it's not their fault. People only do to you what you allow them to do to you. So if they call you 20 times a day, it's not their fault. It's your fault if you pick it up 20 times a day. If they call you for money 50 times a week, it's not their fault. When people show you who they are, believe them. It's your fault if you keep giving it to them. So that peace of mind is sweet. And I hope all of us in here will be able to enjoy it because someone somewhere will never get to see it. It breaks my heart to see so many people living in misery when I know that the peace of mind is right there. You just got to get out of your own way. Just got to get out of your own way. Be honest with yourself. When you're honest with yourself, you can be honest with others. But you just got to get out of on your way. You know, I think of how we want to take care of the world. And I think back of this movie with Superman. And Lois Lane was falling out of the helicopter. She was falling and she was screaming for her life. Help me, help me, help me, help me. And out of nowhere, Superman shows up and scoops her up. And he says, I got you. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. And Lois Lane looked at him and said, well, if you got me, who got you? So we're trying to save everybody else and we forget to save ourselves. So invest in yourself. Put that oxygen mask on your face first. Because if you're no good to yourself, you're no good to anyone else. I remember hearing a song from Frankie Beverly and Mays, and it says, I wish you well, and I hope you find your truth. So I say that to you. I wish you well. I wish you well, and I hope you find your truth. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I enjoyed hearing Darryl speak so much this weekend. His discussions about the struggles that he had as he was worried about Mr. Distraction, keeping him from living out his dreams, was very powerful. I love that he was able to be successful as he is as a speaker, as a writer, overcoming his own fears and struggles through his life. Darryl did a fabulous job today. Really enjoyed, got a lot out of it. Looking forward to putting into practice some of the things he's taught me today.
Hi. Actually, I just want to thank Mr. Darryl. Darryl, it was really good. The speech was really good, informative, and I learned how to be just happy. No one to interfere your happiness. So it really, really helped me. Like this morning, like, you know, when you woke up in the morning, the first thing to do just to be positive. I really like his speech. He's really, really good speaker. Thank you.
My name is Hadija Mapatano. I have been invited to this summit by a friend, and I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Darryl Bumpass. I was very impressed by his speech and motivated by him. Just by looking the way he talked, the word that's coming out of his mouth motivate me really to invest first on myself before investing to others. Because before to invest in others, yes, we should start by investing in ourselves. And that's the first message that really captivates me. Thank you.